Can you see me? Let's see, give this a minute here. A live chat. Geez, I have so much to learn with this. All 963 days. Okay, so am I live streaming? YouTube is live streaming. Let's see. Okay, let me turn this on and see. Okay, so. Okay. I think we're cooking with gas. Okay, so here we go. 963 days today, part two and a half. Part two and a half. Thanks for being patient. So what I was saying is thank you so much for people being interested in the map episode yesterday, the live stream, because we did get some new information about the maps, and I want to talk about them, the maps that I've put out, and I'm more prepared than I was yesterday, and so maybe I'll get more information about the possible location of our son. Um, that is always, y'all, if you have any information, please call 941-677-0060. There's $150,000 reward for possible information, and credible information leading to finding Richard. And so many people know things. Okay, I can tell you that. Now, we did get a call from Dallas Hart today. Thank you very much. This is day 963, and we're getting a call from Dallas Hart today. So never give up. Never give up. Keep going. Keep going. That's what we have to do in order to find Richard and find information. And because, see, what happened is we received a CID and FBI case numbers, and their complaints that Lalani Hart put in. Okay? And they're very damning to the whole Hart family. Very damning. It's terrible. I mean, you're talking about rapes, child porn, child sex trafficking, all kinds of things. And and Dallas Dallas is part of that, right? And this all was a year ago when we were notified that there was a report, an official report, an official complaint put in to the authorities about Special Agent, CID Special Agent. Can you believe this? CID, Criminal Investigative Division, Special Agent Tavita Nusa, leaking Richard's file to Lalani Hart. Okay? And a year later, more than a year later, we're getting a call from Dallas Hart. Now, a year ago, when all that happened, we were not shocked about the leak. Okay? We were like the magnitude of it. But we knew there was a leak because on November 9th, 2020, we sat in a meeting with, and did I write them all down? I tried to write them all down, and I think I have it under all these stuff. Today's been a busy day, y'all. But it was with Lieutenant General Sean Bernabe, Lieutenant General Donna Martin, right? It was with the FBI. It was with the CID. It was with the Department of State. It was with the Department of Homeland Security. It was with Interpol. It was the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives. It was with the U.S. Marshals. It was the Mexican government, civil law enforcement. It was with the Mexican Army. It was with, oh my goodness, DEA and let me think, all these 15 plus agencies, right? So in front of them, we gave a presentation, proof of leaking out of the CID. The CID grabbed it and they took it and they said they would take care of it. Now, this leaking, looking into it, absolutely no way should the CID then police itself. There was an obligation for us, for the CID to be investigated at that time. And here we have two lieutenant, colonel, 3-star generals, right? And that never happened. And we never got anything back to say, to talk about this leak. Okay? So that in itself was just another peg, another thing to write down to say they're sabotaging the search for our son. For the very first CONUS Deaths One missing soldier in U.S. Army history. Under the Vanessa Guillen absent soldier flow chart, right? When they said that she was AWOL, she wasn't AWOL. She had been bludgeoned to death in the arms room. So bad, they couldn't even use her dental records to identify her. It didn't stop there, though. They somehow contorted her body, somehow, to put her in a Pelican case. This is a military trunk. They put that military Pelican case in the back of a vehicle and drove out to Leon River, where they took a lot of time to clean up that arms room. They took a lot of time and a lot of organization to buy a hatchet, or maybe they had a hatchet, I don't know, to buy something to make a fire, to buy concrete, to buy lime, to have a shovel, because they dug a hole not only for the Pelican case, not very well, but they did, but they did dig a foxhole for Vanessa Guillen's remains. After they had cut her up, they burnt her. Her body parts. Then they put her body parts down into the foxhole. They covered it up with lime. They covered it up with concrete. They covered it up with dirt. And while, there was no urgency, right? There was no urgency. This is after Caleb Smither, right before. This is during Enrique Roman Martinez and during Austin Hawk's slaughter. And yet, when Texas EquiSearch found the Pelican case, they called off the entire search. Instead of bringing in reinforcements, calling all available at Fort Hood, all soldiers available at Fort Hood to come and look for the missing soldier, what did they do? They stopped the search. Okay, so this is the environment that Richard went missing in. And here we are saying CID, the ones that goofed up everything with Vanessa Guillen, are now goofing up in our case, and they didn't do anything about it except for sabotage more, bring in asymmetric warfare tactics, military operations, you name it, to do anything to sabotage the search for our son. Now, there has been several leads, and um, I'm going to show them on the map, and then I will get to the discussion that we had with Dallas Hart today. It's been a busy day, and we need a lot of prayers, because I will tell you this: if you look at the maps, if you look at our leads, if you look at the situation with the Hart family, of course, the Hart family needs prayers also. What a mess. What an absolute mess. And the thing is somebody out there, lots of people out there, they don't want the truth. They don't want the truth to get out there. Because the reason why we have this chaos, the problem with the leads, the problem with the maps, we've become a criminal syndicate. So much money is made criminally. And we think that our agencies are Customs and Border Protectors. That was one of them too, because the Department of Customs and Border Protection. That was absolutely one that was at that meeting that I was like, there's a leak. This person has information. Just like I have said, and nothing is done about it. Nothing. How did Corinne Adeline West, whose daughter, was told to us to have a friendship with Dallas Hart, teaching him pilot lessons, but today he said, no, that's not true. But who knows? Who knows? Because this was told to us by numerous people, and now all of a sudden it's like, oh, no. How did she get information from Director Ford of the CID in Quantico, Virginia, about our son's case and response to a sitting senator, Senator Ted Cruz, a week before we got that information? Who is she? Why does she get the privilege of getting our son's case information before we do? Who's leaking to her? What position does she hold? All right. There's so many lies, y'all. And that leak, people are so used to hearing leaks. Well, that's causing a lot of chaos. That means that our institutions are corrupt and they can't be depended on. And and people that are with the corruption, they don't have to follow the rules, because their crimes, their corruption, their disobedience to the standard operating procedures get ignored. They do not get punished. They get greenlit to continue. And that's what's been going on in this case. Why does some people get all the privilege of being covered, and Richard, who's totally a fish out of water, totally away from his home, away from his loved ones, very far away from everything that he knows, really doesn't even know the United States that well, goes to El Paso, goes to this culture of crime, really, of crime. I mean, look at what Veronica Escobar has done to that city. It's just a crime, a criminal syndicate. A criminal syndicate with all kinds of crime happening at the border. She has no control over her city, over her area. What is she doing? I want to say, let's see. Let me write it down right here and see if I can show it. Yeah, this is good. Um, can you see that? Let's see if you can see this. Veronica Escobar. Let's see. There you go. Veronica Escobar. F minus. That's her grade. Veronica gets an F minus for total failure and worse and worse. And worse. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that smaller and better tomorrow. But yeah, she is she has failed us. When was the last time I heard from her? It was so long ago. What, 2 years since we were there? Since we were there? Over 2 years ago? We have a missing soldier under the new Vanessa Guillen absent soldier flowchart, the very first CONUS Des 1 in her city. And Des 1, duty status whereabouts unknown, under the new Vanessa Guillen absent soldier flowchart. And where is she? Does she care? She didn't care. What is she doing? What has she done for us? Nothing. People of El Paso, Texas. People of El Paso, Texas. You need a new representative, okay? And people that have loved ones that are veterans. People that have loved ones that are serving in the military. They're at Fort Bliss. Be sure to campaign against Veronica Escobar. I mean, this is ridiculous. So we have our representatives really, really betraying us. They're not as bad as the 44 four-star generals because they don't have big weapons behind them. They don't have fleets of ships. They don't have fleets of drones. They don't have nuclear weapons. They don't have our volunteer sons and daughters at their disposal that they've been abusing and committing crimes against humanity against. So, sorry, I've been talking all day. This is really, really serious when it comes to why does it take so long? Why do we have to be the ones looking for Richard only, right? Why do we get flicked off? Why do we get told, oh, that, the senior leader of the MP, what? Huh? The father-in-law of Lieutenant Colonel Bugado in the G3, he's nobody. What? Oh, the leak coming out of CID. Oh, yeah, I'll handle it. Really? Nothing. Task force, no op board, no uniforms, nothing. So I want to thank everybody that has helped us search for Richard and these leads that we have gotten. Please call 941-677-0060. If you see anything today, let's turn this on and let's look at these maps. So one of the leads that we have gotten is about the airport area in El Paso. So this is, here's this William Beaumont Army Medical Center. That's the new one. That's the new one that I believe has really bad water. It had a water problem. It had a really bad toxic water problem. They all talk about environment and they talk about our health, but we have a water problem. We have a water cleanliness problem. We have an air cleanliness problem. We have a food cleanliness problem. We should be like the best friends to every farmer, any small farmer. We should, yeah, you've heard me. Because if people really cared about our health, we would have clean water, clean air, clean food. Absolutely. And we would be friendly to anybody that invented things, that were producing it, because food is not. Okay? Food takes hard work. Go try and working at a farm. Go try and working at a ranch. Go try and working at any of these food production facilities. It's hard work, okay? And then you have to get that fresh food to the people. And so it needs to be local. It needs to be nearby for the best food. So anyway, just see if I can share this. It doesn't look like it's sharing it. My display is not sharing now. That just messed everything up. Let's see. Okay. Let's see. That's working now. Okay, now I'm working. Now I'm sorry, y'all. This has been a crazy day. So much information. But here it is. Here's the El Paso airport. I wanted to point out something. This is the Buffalo. I know this by heart because I stood here so many times. This is the Buffalo Soldiers Gate right here. It's beautiful. This is where we were parking here to go on our car parade during Veterans Day when we were there in 2020. And if you go across the street, there are these warehouses, and I believe it's this one. Yeah. This one right here. And this is where let's see if they even have a party center now. Do they not have a party center anymore? There used to be a party center. This is where the party center is. Let's see. I guess it closed down. Or is it over here? Anyway, while we were there, there used to be a party center. And so this was a very important area that we walked around. And it was really close to this airport where this lead is about Richard's remains. Okay, so which is, here's Biggs Airfield. So this is the military airfield. And this area is also, and I have some videos, some pictures. This area here is a training area. And we also had a lead. This is where Lieutenant General Sean Bernabe at Christmas 2020 was looking for Richard's remains. So, that holds a lot of weight because we got a call and say, hey, did you know that Bernabe is looking for Richard's remains in this area, this training area right now? And it's Christmas, and I'm like, no, nobody notified us. That would be nice to know. So here is this. Here's this area. This is an overlay of this training area here. So it was called Kamal Jabor. I hope I'm saying that. Kamal Jabor area. I'm probably saying it wrong. It's been a long day. Please forgive me, but it's this area right here in this orange. That is very close to the Biggs Air Force Base. And all this area, it's huge. Fort Bliss is huge. And this is the Fort Bliss full combat training scenario, screenshot, everything. So, yeah. So that's this whole, if I go out, that Kamal Jabul is in this area here, and you have this whole training area. It's really something. So, okay, the next scene that I have, and I'm probably just going to, let's do this. See if I can show you this display. without me. Okay, so here it is. And this area is very important too. Okay, so this is El Paso here. The city of El Paso. And it's really easy to make out Sunland Park because it has the racetrack. So if you follow that racetrack and Sunland Park, the lead that we got has to do with horses. It has to do with a blue truck with shaved handles. It has to do with Santa Teresa port of entry right here. This U.S. Customs and Border Protection, who were at that meeting, that they drove through here. And I don't know if they have connections. I don't know. It's very risky. I don't know if this, why all this happened. I don't know. And it is, people have said, this is crazy. This is super crazy. But we're talking about child pornography, child trafficking, and just watch this. So we're told that Richard was brought down here, okay, and right here at this OXO right here, they turned and made their way towards the city of Juarez to kilometer 30. Okay, here is kilometer 30. Rancho Meta. That's the horse area. Right across the street from that is like a volunteer child orphanage. Okay. Right down the street from that is a child shelter. So I can even put a man there, and you can look at the child shelter. And this is what I wanted to tell you yesterday, but I didn't have these pinned. But here is the children's shelter. Let me go down just a little bit more. It's called Casa Hogar La Esperanza. And this is a child shelter, right? Interesting. Then we have a little further down is kilometer 29, which that's where we looked at. And kilometer 39 has another orphanage. Casa Hogar is a orphanage in Ciudad Juarez, Mexico. That's pretty interesting, right? So we did our search in this area. Oh, they're building. See, this is the, oh, that's what they put there. Okay, so remember when they cleared out this area? Oh my gosh, now they're putting windmill parts there. Okay, that's something new. I just saw that. Okay, that's why they brought in all the heavy equipment. Remember they brought in the heavy equipment? Interesting. Wowzer. I'm trying to see. Yep, it looks like yep, they brought in that heavy equipment and put it right there. Is that where we were looking? Oh my gosh, y'all. I have to get my grid coordinates because I just noticed that. That is freaky. That is freaky. Okay, so you have this orphanage. You have this Rancho Mita. You have this place where Richard's body's supposed to be. Oh man. Um, it's just, why would they even go to Mexico, right? Why would they even go to Mexico? That's just too freaky to me. Anyway, let me. Um, I'm gonna have to revisit that. I'm not gonna get any sleep tonight. I can tell you that right now. Okay, so and there's more because there's a lot of ranches up in Albuquerque area. Um, there's a lot going all the way down, and we really, really wanted the help, and still do. We still want the help of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints because they have so much invested interest in that whole area because they have stakes. They own land. Their stakes, their businesses, their land, all of that is part of um, this area where we're getting leads. And many people involved in this case are Mormons. And so you would think that they would help us. So let's talk about Dallas Hart now. So, of course, there is contention now with the CID and the FBI file numbers being released. And I told you, contention, I don't know if contention is the right word, but things are coming out because who is telling the truth? You have a mother. You have Leilani Hart saying that she was trafficked as even a child, not knowingly, very young, um, and taken advantage of, and then married and starving, and that her family is involved in child pornography, and um, this is the things that we're being informed about uh, with this leak. When I talked to James Hart for child trafficking and pornography and all of that, so I did talk to him, and and Dallas is like, oh, well, this is all a lie. This is all a lie. Um, None of this is true. Uh, he goes, do you have questions for me? And I said, yeah. Are you aware of there are allegations that you murdered my son? And he goes, yeah, yep, I'm aware. I'm like, okay, so to me in my mind, I'm like, why are you waiting till now and until we have the CID and the FBI numbers? Why are you waiting until now to and and there's people protecting themselves, and it's coming out, these reports about your family that is public. Okay, this is not private information anymore. Okay, this is very public information. I'm not sharing any private information. These were CID, FBI case numbers leaked. This is chatting, people, loose lips everywhere. Um, it is not private information, and um, and it's really sad. It's so sad. I really just wanted to pray with him for his family. I really just wanted to pray for him for his family. Can you imagine if you even if you are lying? Who's lying here? Is Leilani Hart lying? Is the father lying? James Hart? Is Dallas Hart lying? Um, one of their children already have lost their lives in this. Who's lying? Because somebody's lying. All right? Somebody is lying. And when there are reports of child porn production, when there are reports of rape, child abuse, when there are reports of child sex trafficking, when there is reports of drug use, illegal drug use, when there's, you see, that's why I emailed Angela Korchorga today this information, because I looked up her name again, and I apologize for yesterday, but Angela Korchorga gave Dallas Hart a platform that hurt the search for Richard. It really did. It made things so confusing. We have spent so much time just undoing the military's asymmetric warfare tactics of smearing Richard, its military operations of covering up for the father-in-law of the G3 of the 32nd ADCOM, covering up for the leaks in the CID, because there were leaks before this report, okay? And then what did Dallas Hart have to say about this, that this officer of the court was broke ethics rules? And I'm like, are you kidding me? See, this is the damage. This is the damage that they do with Richard, with the smearing, with everything. Angela Korchorga did so much damage when she gave Dallas Hart that platform, when her own son is calling her a pathological liar. And not just a pathological liar about, oh yeah, my son, he loves to steal cookies from the cookie jar. Oh, my son, he loves to steal some money out of my wallet all the time. Oh, my son, he wants to wear my dresses, or things like this. It's not these kinds of lies. This is lies of rape and child abuse and child sex pornography production and sales and watching and child sex trafficking. And the reports coming to us are with children within the Army, and please God, don't let that be true. So these are very, very serious crimes. Very serious. And it's like, oh no, she's just lying. And Travis Noosa, I don't know him. What do you mean you don't know Tavita Noosa? What do you mean? I mean, you're related. You're related. Your father told me you were related. I don't understand that one. That has to be, squared away there. You don't know Tavita Noosa? You don't know his brother? Because his brother, the officer, I think he's a captain major. I believe he's a major. Yeah, he's a major. Maybe higher now. Yeah, major. Because I have things being sent to me because, don't you both really like football a lot? I mean, what is going on here? Who is lying? Why? Who's a pathological liar? Who did what? And why am I acting like this referee? I don't need to be acting like a referee. I don't need to be acting like a judge. I'm not a judge. I'm not a referee. I'm a mother. I want to know where my son is. And here we are in the middle of this terrible family, sad family situation. And all you get is more cover up, more lies, more denial, and whatever. Y'all, if my mom was saying that kind of stuff about me, that if those things were being reported, I don't know. I think that would be really upsetting. Really upsetting. But the couple of things that are clear is the purpose was to say, Mrs. Halliday, I was not near Richard. And then, well, I really didn't even know that about Richard. I didn't really know that he was missing. Okay. Um, and the other, um, um, my mother and I were not active duty together. So that's was really, I think that was probably the most the best information that we got. There was no hesitation with that, or there was no hesitation anywhere. It just, I mean, it just flowed. It just flowed. Um, and that was really amazing. Amazing how you can have all those answers ready to go. Um, and, probably so. He's probably thought about it because we're at 963 days. Now, he has said that he wants to help, help what he can, do what he can, a little bit of what he can to help find Richard. We'll see. We'll see. There is a $150,000 reward for credible information leading to finding Richard. And that was kind of interesting because this has been going on for a year of torture. And why is it that his friends don't mind bullying the family of a missing soldier? Why? Why are we being bullied? Why were we being bullied so bad? So bad. Through the phone and then of course that other site. If oh, I just want to help. I would say run, Dallas. My Oma would say, better no friends at all than friends like that. I mean, we had to figure out a way, take time out of our life to figure out a way to trace these vile and vulgar burner phone messages that were being sent. And of course, that other site, I just ignored. I didn't have to go to it. But still, this is anybody that has been trying to help will tell you this goes on and is so convoluted. So convoluted. And it doesn't have to be, because the 44 four-star generals and admirals, they could click heels together. They could download information from the clouds. They could absolutely find Richard in a heartbeat. And that's, if Richard was near the airport, which maybe he is in the training center by the Biggs Air Base, that runway, if I think that the 44 four-star generals would develop some kind of strategy to give us our son. At the same time, if Richard was cut up, and we've been told all kinds of things, y'all, and put acid on him and this, maybe after Vanessa and all that, they didn't want to do that because there so many lost their jobs, so many. So maybe that's why. If this involves the crossing the border, wowzer. And the only thing that I question is, do the Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints members have special passes to go over to Mexico to go to temple, to go to church? Do they get a special pass? I'd like to know. I think that's important because of all the information that we have in the background. So we have a I should do it this way. We have a Veronica Escobar getting an F minus. We have, I guess, Ted Cruz probably gets a C minus right now, just because that letter was such a whopper. But it's going down real fast, y'all. And I don't think he cares. I don't think he has anything to lose when it comes to his politics right now. So that's why, he doesn't care. Um, I don't know what's Veronica. Veronica has everything to lose, because her record is absolutely horrific. And she campaigned on being there for the service members, and she hasn't been there at all for Richard. Not well, I should say, 2 years, over 2 years now. She hasn't been there for us. That's for sure. So and and there's more to that story, because of McKilligan Canyon lead, that endangered my husband's life. But yeah, so we know that there's just a lot of lies in this. And I don't know to believe, Dallas. I know that people can lie really, really well. They can be very calm, they can be very convincing, and they can lie right through their teeth. You know, they don't get nervous, and I don't know. And then you have, who's lying? Maybe he's telling the truth, and then you just have this psychopathic mother that's making all these reports and everything. Um, but where is the letters from authorities explaining all of this to us? You see, because I'm too transparent. Well, you know what? We need to be transparent because we have so much corruption. We have so much corruption, so much money laundering, so much nonsense going on. And look, you can judge me. I've been very transparent. You know what's going on in the Halliday household. And uh, I think that when you're talking about the very first CONUS Deaths One missing soldier, they should at least give us after action reports. They should at least tell us what they've been doing. They should at least tell us, hey, at Christmas, we're going to be searching this area for Richard's remains. Um, they should have written all of that down. They should give it to us, and that it hasn't. We've had to figure everything out, and also care for my dad when my dad was alive. R.I.P. Dad. Um, and to go through all of that, I can't even tell you. It's just, um, why are we giving taxes for 44 four-star generals and admirals, giving them all of what they need, all of the power, and then all of these agencies, trillions of dollars, um, and then they don't even help when it's something this serious. You see, because that's why we have them, because we know that serious crimes happen, and we need oversight. And where are they? Where are they to be the judge, to be the investigator, um, to figure out who's lying? Because someone's lying. Is it James Hart? Is it Dallas Hart? Is it Leilani Hart? Is it Tavita Nusa? Is it many others that have given us information? Who's telling the truth and who's lying? And that takes uh, 44 four-star generals and admirals. One good one, but they're not. They're not good at all. They're up to no good. And they need to be investigated. And we need to put the death penalty on the table for serious discussion, because there's so much betrayal, so much treason, so many crimes against humanity. And so Richard's case is, uh, as far as El Paso goes, I think it's the tip of the spear against treason, against crimes against humanity, against the corruption, because it just is transparent in showing the asymmetric warfare tactics, the military operations used against us, the smear campaign against Richard. Can you believe it? So, yeah, so I'll take your questions now. And if you have any questions about what Dallas Hart asked me, what we talked about, I would be glad to answer them. Or about the maps. Or about the map. The maps, I'm going to have to go look at that map. Wowzer. Right where we were at. Can you believe it? Wow. Trump. Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much. Let's see. Top comments. Thank you, Danielle. All news stations need to cover Richard Halliday's disappearance. Absolutely. Thank you so much. It sounds like she may have been involved in trafficking, according to her husband. In my opinion, was it at a school age or adult? Was any of her encounter at the barracks? Well, we're being told, too, that this includes active duty soldiers and their children. Please God, don't let that be true. But that is how crazy this is. Even if pieces of the father story are true, pieces definitely goes with the narrative. Prior to you talking to the father, it seems this way, in my opinion. Yeah, and why would he go shh, 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 you know? And do they have passes? Do they have special privileges to go across the border? And this is during COVID, okay? This is during COVID. Are you essential? Can you have a pass to go over the border? I don't know. I know that there's also the cartel over there that they don't take kindly, and we just saw this with the 4 Americans that were killed. The cartel had turned them over. Yeah, I don't know if you have to get permission from the cartel to dump a body to kill someone. I don't know. I don't know. It is so crazy, everything. And we're having to try to decipher and go through it all. And then at day 963, thank you very much, Dallas Hart gives us a call. But you know, where, and this is what I said to him. I said, where's the Army? Where is our Army? Where are our service members? Leave no soldier behind. Where's our training? Where is that Medal of Honor ethos? Where are they? Why haven't they come forward? They understand what happened. They know what happened, because I'm getting all this little bits and pieces, you know, morsel upon morsel, Operation Hansel and Gretel. You know, they understand. And slowly and surely it's coming out. If Leilani Hart did all this, which, you know, what is Dallas is just saying, oh yeah, she's crazy. Oh yeah, she lies. She's just, we're talking about child porn, child trafficking accusations. What I can hear it. Thank you. Richard Halliday deserves a congressional hearing. Absolutely. And we have written letters. We have given them these CID and the FBI case numbers. And it's been crickets. You know, what does it take to get our government to do its true job? No, they have hearing about all of its corruptions. They're wasting all of our time with all of its corruptions. I think, I don't know why we pay taxes. I really don't. I really, truly don't. Our schools are messed up. Our defense has been hijacked. We have no defense. All of our equipment, all of our weapons, they're not for us. They're not to defend us. We have been left defenseless. Our Justice Department is just in cover-up mode for criminals. They have deserted us. They have betrayed us. And all of these 15 plus agencies, they're like a unit agency. So if one does one thing, they all are. They all are betraying us. And look at FEMA didn't even go to Ohio, right? Until there had to be a push, you know. Um, I just want to say thank you to everybody that has helped us push, and we need to get this out more. I'm going to try to get on Rumble now with the live stream. I needed 25 subscribers to do Rumble. I'm short 2. So if you're over at Rumble, be sure to go to Find Richard Halliday and subscribe to our channel so I need just 2 more, and then I can do live streaming over there. And just get out this information. TikTok, I get called out so quick there, but I'm going to keep going there because we're over 3,000 subscribers now. And then of course on Facebook, and it's just going to take the multitudes of people that care about our volunteer sons and daughters, that care about our service members, their families, that care about the defense of this country. This is a national defense issue when we're left defenseless and all of our trillions of dollars are going to serve as foreign and domestic enemies instead of defending our Constitution. And then getting shuttled, money laundered to other places. So this is a very, very big deal. We need to get back our institutions or close down those institutions like the Department of Education and get local. Just get local. Where we can, get local. And also, if you are in the El Paso area, I just have to let you know, Veronica Escobar deserves an F-, okay? And she is very sweet, very sweet woman. She has this charm about her. Maybe not, I don't know. It depends, to each their own. But don't be fooled. We cannot be hypnotized. Those squirrely things in our eyes. Oh, and I can't be hypnotized by Dallas Hart until I know what's going on, because there are, like I said to him, do you understand the seriousness of this? There are allegations against you that you murdered my son, Richard Halliday, right? And then you're coming in at 963 days when you could have come in a year ago. You're talking about leaks and porn accusations and rape accusations. And I mean, oh my gosh, y'all. And it's like, oh, okay, I just want to let you know I was nowhere near. I don't even think you have to be near. And right now in this digital age, especially during COVID, you didn't have to be anywhere to be somewhere. You could digitally be anywhere and not physically have to be there. So I don't know. It all needs investigation. And I've been lied to so much. Dallas, you have to be very patient. If you are telling the truth, you need to help even more. You need to put on your full armor of God and help even more and get the truth out there. Because, and don't rely on me. Don't rely on me, because I really don't believe too many people right now, okay? I don't. I've been so lied to about this case, about my son, that everything needs to be checked, everything needs to be investigated, everything needs to be verified. And what your mother is reporting, these are criminal reports, CID, FBI. They're very serious, and it needs to be checked, because Richard had child. Okay, so he had sex videos, right, that he turned in. Who did he go to make his complaints? Child Protective Services. You don't go to Child Protective Services for porn, okay? You go there for child porn. which is illegal. And Dallas, if you want to help, you might have connections right there in Child Protective Services to say, hey, you need to answer the Halliday family's FOIA. You might have connections there with the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. You can ask them to help, because there's a lot of Mormons involved in this case. So, and anyone who has been watching me knows that I pray for all people. I pray for all people. I want the best for all people. But I want to find my son, and I'm not lockstepping to crime. I'm not rubbing shoulders to crime. I'm not doing it. Okay? And the COVID was crime. January 6th was a crime. Not by the people, by the infiltrators, by the designers. What happened in the military, crime. Darwin, total crime, because it's so racist. It's foundation. When they start teaching that in the schools and everything, pushing that, it really was the survival of the fittest, which is so criminal. So criminal. So I'm not lockstepping to child sex porn. I'm not lockstepping to child sex trafficking. I'm not lockstepping to rape in any form. I'm not doing it. And all of this multiple affairs. I have to have an affair here, an affair here, an affair here, and not divorced and all of that stuff. That's a mess. That's a chaotic mess. And no matter what, you can't just be okay with it. You cannot be. It is so destructive. It's so destructive of society. Of course it is your family, but the society, it's so destructive. There's a foundation of social order. Otherwise, we have chaos. So, and I'm really talking to Dallas because I want him to understand that I don't believe him. But I don't believe his mother, and I don't believe his father, because I'm not in the position. I don't have enough information to verify any of it. I know that Leilani Hart received leak files from Tavita Nusa, who is they're cousins. Because even other people have told me that. Even screenshots of events like football have told me that. Okay? And the reports are they're having an affair. Okay, whatever. More than one person saying that. I know it was leaked. Videos were tampered with, videos missing. Richard turned in complaints to Child Protective Services. Leilani Hart is the mother of Dallas Hart. In those CID FBI complaints, it's all about the family. Family with problems in porn, in child porn, and child sex trafficking, and rape, and just a mess of things. I know that. Now, I know that Richard said, I'd rather burn my money than spend it on whores and blow. And I know that there is that Command Sergeant Major Jakovich told us that they brought girls in during the COVID lockdown. That means they didn't even believe in the COVID. Okay, which is, I don't believe it anyway. But they faked it. See, I never faked it. I never faked it. Everyone knew where I stood. But these 44 four-star generals and admirals with their flag officers, with their senior NCOs. They faked it. They faked it and hurt our service members. They hurt our country. They caused chaos. They caused fluidity. All this change and fluidity. I hate it. We need stability. Stability. We need truth. We need a rock solid law. And that's what we need to be strong and to persevere and progress in clean water, clean air, clean food, and small businesses and all kinds of stuff. That's my belief. So no, we need to get to the bottom of this. And, it's not even being argued anymore that Richard was murdered. Can you believe it? It's not even being argued that he was murdered. But, for the longest time, he walked away. It's not even being discussed anymore. He didn't commit suicide. He didn't walk away. He might have been abducted and murdered. That's the discussion right now. Abducted and murdered. Lord have mercy. And it's so callous, It's all so callous. The training in callousness. It's not good to be a war fighter and be callous. It really isn't. And that's what they're doing. They're training. And then because it's Women's Month or whatever, Women's Day, they're really, really trying to recruit women into the military. They're so desperate. Let's recruit older people. Let's recruit women. And they're just setting them up. Can you imagine women being callous murderers? I mean, we don't want men to be callous murderers. Never. You never train your men to be callous murderers. Then you're no better than those that commit genocide. We don't need genocidal wishing or soldiers that could commit genocide. We don't want that. There is compassionate war, y'all. There is an honor and an integrity in war. But that's because our military has been hijacked for a long time. And our service members are caught up. They're held hostage in that. They're being trained. They're being trained to be very callous and to be despicable, to have very low morals, low morale, to think that it's okay to screw whatever, stick your thing in wherever, to take whatever drugs, to sell whatever drugs, to have frat parties every day, to take on whores and prostitutes as a normal life. That's not strong. That's not manly. That's not manly. That's callous. And it leads to child sex trafficking and child pornography, which leads to more child sex trafficking and bestiality and, yeah, you heard me right, and child sacrifice and we haven't even hit the bottom yet. It can get so bad. And where are agencies in this? This is what I asked him too. I'm repeating myself, I know. But I asked him, where are our agencies? And where's the army? Where are the soldiers? Where are they? They're supposed to be defenders of justice. That's what the Constitution is all about, the land and the people. Where are they? Shaky, shaky, shaky? Or screwing a hooker? Blowing in some coke? Getting drunk? Watching porn? Is that what they're doing? That's what American taxpayers are paying for? Yeah, I am just yeah. Anyway, today's been a long day. Thank you so much. I had a talk from my heart, which I pretty much always do on this thing. I don't prepare, but today I did with a little bit of the maps, and I'll do some more tomorrow. But it's already, look, it's almost midnight. So good, have a great night, and I will be back tomorrow, which is a minute away. But tomorrow night, God willing. And thank you so much. And let's find Richard for so many reasons. For so many reasons.